Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Mary.
I'm Linda.
I'm letting my water get hot over there for my yeast. We're Pinky Mouse Sisters in the kitchen, and thank y'all for joining us. And we are going to make something that we've made before, but this is just a little different recipe. It's dinner rolls. Easy dinner rolls.
I love homemade rolls.
So we use, and this recipe calls for the active dry yeast. This is a rapid rise, and I don't know if it's because you put them in the refrigerator before, I don't know, but you don't use a rapid rise on this recipe. You use the active dry.
I don't even like the rapid rise, Mary.
Is that right?
I've used it before, and
that
I
right?
like the active dry. That's what I like.
So
that's
you
what
use
I
that
use.
on all yours?
Yep, I sure do.
I'm gonna get the water hot, and that's another mistake that I've been making is I don't think I've been getting my water hot enough. I have always had problems working with the recipe with yeast because I'm afraid I'm going to get it too hot.
So you don't get it hot enough.
I really have not been getting it
so
hot
are
enough.
you using a thermometer?
I'm using a thermometer.
Okay.
So
it'll fool you when you think it's
I
the right
think it's hot enough. I'm gonna. It takes a cup. Oh, Linda, would you hand me that aluminum bowl over there? I'll tell you another thing I do.
This one, your mixing bowl?
If you don't mind, yes.
Yes.
I run. This is the bowl that I'm gonna mix it in, and this is the bowl I'm putting the yeast in. So I'm gonna warm this up because this bowl is so big.
That's a good idea.
Until when you put that hot water in there, it's gonna cool it off instantly. So. I'm going to try to warm it up a little bit. And this is the thermometer.
I'll dry that if you want me to. Do you want it dry?
You can outside.
No? Okay.
I'm going to try this. It's supposed to be between 105 and 115 is what it's supposed to be at. And Linda, is there a difference in different thermometers that you use? This is a candy thermometer.
The candy thermometer or the digital? I think either one of them would be okay.
Is that right? I'm just wondering because this one here, I never could get it to go to 105. So I'm just wondering.
Did you use the digital? Do you have a digital?
I do.
Okay.
That would probably work better, wouldn't it?
It would. I used that one for my candy, but I use the digital on things like this.
Well, I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I'm just gonna get this a little bit hotter.
Okay.
And I should have done this ahead of time because I don't think this water's hot enough. It's I read one place that if it burns your finger, it's too hot. So I got some sugar over there, Linda.
Okay.
Already measured up. We use Imperial sugar, yeah. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of that in the bottom of this bowl. About a third of it. Just put some in the bottom of the bowl. That'd be enough. And then I'm going to put my yeast in there. And I don't know whether you do this or not. Do you put the yeast in there before you put the water?
I've done it both ways, Mary. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't.
Okay. And thank you.
You're welcome.
And another thing, Linda's more, I think Linda is better at using yeast than I am because she's used it more. But do you stir it up?
I do stir it up. And some recipes will tell you not to.
Yeah.
But I do. And I've seen people that work with it till they're stirring it till there's not a grain in there that you can't see it. Yeah. I don't do it that much.
Okay. I just stirred it up and we're going to set it aside.
You through with the scissors?
Yes, I am. And now I'm going to show you what I have made 3 batches. I made 2 batches ahead of time, and then we'll make a batch here this morning so y'all can see it, the finish from the beginning to the end. I sprayed.
Oh, those look so good, Mary.
This is the ones that I mixed up last night
Oh, they smell good.
I mixed them up last night, and then I took them out and rolled them out this morning. We're going to put them in a 375-degree oven. They're not all the same size, which they should
They
be.
look good.
All right, in 20 minutes. Okay. All righty. Now, we're going to wait. We have to wait for that for about 5 or 10 minutes before we can start mixing it together. So in the meanwhile, I will tell y'all, we're going to thank people for this.
I've got that, wipe that off, Mary, and it might be wet. Let me dry it.
Karen sent us these. I won't say her last name. She knows who she is. Sent Linda and I both.
Aren't they beautiful?
Tote. In this, I'm sorry, Linda.
Sorry.
This is from Shutterfly with our picture when we had Linda's party.
It's a very nice bag.
Isn't that nice?
Yes.
It's a nice canvas bag.
Thank you so much, Karen.
Thank you, Karen. And then, you know, y'all heard me say that I take food to different people after we made it, and so these two ladies goes to my church. And whenever Sunday, she handed me back the containers that I had carried some food in. And I'm ashamed to say, I just took the containers out this morning. And when I did, I found this little, looks like maybe a paperweight. It's got a little rose on the inside.
It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Dainty and delicate.
With this little card. And she said her mother, and she told me how much she appreciated the food. And then she says, my mother taught me to never return an empty bowl. And so,
wasn't that
sweet?
Yes.
So she gave me this little paperweight. And then another lady that I carry food to, she's done this several times, Danita. She gave me some Bath and Body Works fine fragrance mist. And when I bring it in, she said, I just got to give you something. I said, you know I don't need nothing. I don't expect nothing when I give them something. But anyway, just because they don't live way off, I thought I would
that was very
show
sweet.
y'all how much I appreciate
that was very sweet.
my sweet friends.
And what are we
locally.
giving away today, Mary?
Today we are giving away, well, we gave away that spice rack. We tried to. And we announced the winner. We never heard from them. It's been 2 weeks.
Yes.
And you never give us your address, so we're going to give it away again this morning. It's a spice rack.
So sorry, you missed out.
Yep. It's a spice rack. So we're going to give this away this morning. And what did we say was how we going to draw?
I don't know if we ever said or
not. I don't think we did.
We were busy talking, and I don't think we did. So I guess maybe Carla can pick somebody randomly.
This is
watching through comments. Is that okay with y'all?
Yes, that would be great. All right, this is this spice rack. This is the same. It's a different one, but I got that one a little smaller than this one. You can stretch it out and make it the size that you want. Anyway, so Carla will let us know who won this. I didn't put the timer on, but this yeast has to foam up. In the meanwhile, we'll go ahead and get this. I can get it.
Well, Mary, I would have got it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So when we call out a winner, we do need your address sent to our business phone, but don't do it while we're broadcasting because we use this phone to broadcast. But today, we'll need your address.
Right. Well, I didn't think about doing that yeast ahead of time. It takes about 5
But she wanted to show them how to do it.
For it to foam up. You have to let your yeast foam up. That was 2 packages of yeast, dry yeast.
Okay.
Linda, I had always used that Rapid Rise.
Well, I used it and I figured out I just did not like the Rapid Rise.
Is that right?
And I quit using it.
Yeah. Well,
and I just started using the
this
other.
recipe called for that other, and it's worked well for me. I will tell you this recipe. You mix it up, and then you put it in the refrigerator and cover it with plastic for 2 hours. You don't set it out and let it rise. You put it in the refrigerator for 2 hours, or you can leave it in the refrigerator overnight, or you can leave it in the refrigerator up to 4 days.
That's really good.
So if you got a family coming or something and you got so much to do at the last minute, you can mix up this recipe and put it in the refrigerator and then get it out the day that you're going to use it. And all you do, you don't even need it anymore. all the kneading I do is when I'm rolling it in my hand. I'm kind of working it around a little bit, and then you do that and let it rise for an hour, and then stick it in the oven.
That's very easy.
Yeah, it's very easy to do. So anyway, so I mixed up 2 batches last night. So I put a batch in the oven, and then after we mix it up, I'm gonna pull out the one that we had in the refrigerator and show you how we rolled it out.
Okay.
So that's how we're going to do that.
We love homemade rolls so much. Two reasons other than we love bread, but Mama made them when we were kids, when we would go to Lockney, West Texas in the fall for Daddy to work in the gin, and we lived in these little one-room cabins. They were in a U shape, and they were all connected. Wasn't they connected, Mary?
Yes.
And there was one communal.
No, you talking about the little buildings we lived in?
Yeah, were they not connected?
They're not. They weren't connected.
Well,
It was
then they must have connected them later years.
Is that right?
Then.
No, they weren't. There was a little
Individual.
breeze, just a
Okay.
little small trailway between the buildings. Yeah.
And Mama would make these hot rolls, and she would put them in the rafter of the cabin to let them raise, because the warm air went up in the ceiling, and that's how she let them raise. They smelled so good. And then Molly.
I know. I remember that.
Molly always cooks smoked sausage when she made hot rolls, and we had smoked sausage with those good rolls.
This is the bowl. This is the bowl that I'm going to put it in after I mix it for it to rise to put in the refrigerator. And I just oil it. I just oil the bowl. So because that dough will stick to it if you don't. So just oil the bowl, and we'll set it aside till we get it done. And Linda, there's the pan that we're going to bake them in. Is that getting foamy yet?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. And this is the pan that we're going to bake the rolls on. And I'm a little heavy on the oil because I like a crispy crust.
Yeah.
So I just move it around, and I'll show you whenever I'm gonna leave that in there because we may want to put some on our hands off of that. So now, is it foamy enough, Linda?
Well, I don't know. You just have to look and see what you think.
Well, I think it'll work. It's not as foamy as but Linda, you want to put the camera so they can see what I'm talking about when I say foamy?
Mary, I'll do anything you tell me to. If
I know,
you
and I
tell
forget
me,
to tell you.
You're doing everything.
That's okay. That's okay. You just keep talking. This is 1 stick of melted butter. I'm gonna make sure that it's melted. Okay. Now I put eggs. I need some eggs. I forgot about that.
How
I should
many?
have already got them out. 3. They're on top, right there on top. 3 eggs. When you're on camera, it just makes a difference.
It's going to roll probably.
Okay. Grab one of those paper. I'll hold them and grab a paper plate.
Well, I shouldn't get the big one.
Well,
but
that's okay. I hadn't even opened those others yesterday.
I think that's 2.
Just put it
together.
Yeah. So 3 eggs. And you can just put the 3 eggs in here and beat it, mix it if you want to, but I don't. Linda, I'll let you mix that up if you don't mind. Just beat those eggs up. I like to beat them up before I put them in there, so I make sure the eggs are beat good.
I like that.
Now, I'm putting the butter in here, the melted butter, 1 stick.
Is that enough?
Yeah, that's enough. Thanks, Linda. And then the rest of that, this was a 1/2 cup of sugar, but I put about half of that in with the yeast. A 1/2 cup is all you need total, but I put some of it in here with the yeast. And now I put the rest of the sugar in there. And now you can put those eggs in here, Linda, if you don't mind. Pour them, and I'll just stir them up. Okay. Okay. I just beat that up. Yeah. Now I'll need
You
that.
set the timer for the rolls, right?
I did.
Okay.
That paper plate. I need something to put
Okay.
this spatula on. Thank you. Okay. Now I forgot about the salt. It needs a little bit of salt. It needs a teaspoon of salt because that's unsalted butter.
I hardly ever buy unsalted butter. I just usually always buy salted.
Well, I got both.
But I know some recipes call for it.
Yeah.
So
All right. This is 4.5 cups of unbleached flour.
so when did you start buying unbleached?
When the recipe called for it, I don't normally use.
That's all I buy.
Is unbleached.
Yeah.
Is that what?
Well, self-rising
Yeah.
is bleached,
Yeah.
but
Okay. Now, this is where the.
Mike will be proud. I'll have to tell
Is that right? Let me tell you. This recipe, you do not need a dough hook mixer, but I can't mix
Right.
good, so I do use the mixer. So I got the backwards. Now we just that shield because I get a little bit. I put the shield on here because I
don't have a shield for my small
Is that
KitchenAid.
right?
I have one for the big one.
And then I just start adding the flour. About a cup and a half at a time. Make sure I got everything in there. Egg, salt. Yep, that's it.
You lost a little bit here, Mary. Do you need a little more?
Oh, did I? I don't know. We'll see. It kind of depends. Sometimes you may need all the 4.5, and sometimes you don't.
You
It
remember
just kind of
when-
depends.
When Molly used to say, when she wrote her recipe, she said, work it in.
Yeah.
And Elsie used
Yeah.
to say that too.
Right.
So they didn't give exact amounts of flour as a rule. They just
Right.
say, work your flour
Right.
in the dough. And your mixer, your small mixer, stand mixer is quieter than mine. Mine
that
makes
right?
more noise, yep.
All right, now I'll take that spatula back.
I smell those rolls. They smell so good.
This is backwards to where I usually work it. Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
What it is, that flour builds up on the side, and you
Yeah.
you have to take a spatula. And hey, I was in a hurry after making that second batch last night, and I tried to put the flour, push the flour down and everything, and man, that hook grabbed my my spatula real fast, and so I said I'm not going to do that on camera.
Did your flour go
I was
everywhere?
I had flour on the floor, and oh Lord, had a mess to clean up.
One of the comments yesterday was talking about, I think it was yesterday, was talking about the kitchen tools that we have compared, and when I say we, I mean people in general, versus what they used to do. And Molly, I guess she mixed up until, did she ever even have a mixer, Mary?
I don't know, Linda. I've never.
She mixed her cakes by hand.
I think so.
Now Mama did.
Yeah.
Mama had a small mixer,
Yeah.
and then we bought her a stand mixer.
Yeah.
Later on in life. She never did like it.
Yeah.
She didn't use it too much.
I better lock it. Just fixing. I gotta lock the thing.
Is it something I can do?
No, I guess it's locked. It didn't look like it because the thicker it gets, I'm out throwing flour everywhere. All right, let me turn it off and pull it up and get that flour down the sides. It's getting when it pulls away from the bowl, then that's when I know that it's ready.
Yeah.
And it hadn't done that yet, so. All right. Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome. I'm like you. I can't see something doing it backwards. It's harder to see it.
Yeah. All right, let me lock it
Wait,
up.
wait. It's not on there good.
Thank you.
I still don't know if
You
it's
would
on
think
there.
you think I couldn't do this by myself, but it's not going to take all that flour. I had 4.5 cups in this bowl, and I'm probably a fourth of it I'm not using because it's coming away from the bowl.
So did you sift this?
I did not sift it.
Okay, so
I
it
did
could
not
have been
sift
a
it.
little bit more
Yeah,
flour.
Yeah.
When you scoop it versus spooning it, you
All right.
tend to get a little bit more.
But I've mixed it a little bit, so it's taking a little bit more flour. Yeah, you want to see it? Okay. All right. It's sticky, and it's supposed to be sticky. Don't worry about that. Now, this is that paper towel that I put I just need the paper towel. I'm just going to put a little on my hands.
To take it off the dough hook?
Take it off the dough hook. Now, this is the bowl. This is the bowl that I greased. And that's what I'm fixing to put this in. You can get the saran wrap out of the cabinet if you don't mind, Linda. And we did use imperial sugar in this. The saran wrap is right there on top, I think.
This?
Yeah. Okay. And when this mixer, does yours get...
Wait, here.
Just hold the mixer. There we go. It gets stuck. Okay. I'm through with the mixer.
Well,
I'll do it later, Linda. I put a little bit of oil on my bowl brush here, and I'm gonna.
I'm all sorts crazy this morning.
See, this is what it looks like.
Thank you, Linda.
And I did tell you I put a little oil on this. It comes out of the bowl much nicer. Okay, do with that. Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome. You're through with everything over here too, Mary, right?
Yes, I'm through. And this is what we just mixed up. Now I'm going to cover it with saran wrap. My hands are. Would you put that for me over there, Linda, please?
Yes.
And we put it in the refrigerator, and I'll either do it tomorrow or I will wait a couple of hours. And you know what? It seemed like that saran wrap is smaller. I've got a big roll, but I didn't get it out because it's such a big roll. But just put it in this. And I will tell you, it really surprised me. This will rise in the refrigerator. Can you believe that? Because normally, Linda, it takes heat for it to rise.
Yeah,
this will rise.
That is very
This
strange.
will rise
That
in,
it will.
in the refrigerator. Linda, would you get that bowl out of the refrigerator that I made last night, please? On the bottom.
Well, it sure does, don't it?
Yeah.
You could tell it's risen.
And that's what, you seen the size that I just put in the refrigerator? That was the same way with this. And see how it
That
rose
is amazing.
double the size, yeah.
I've never done rolls that
Yeah.
do like this, Mary.
Yeah, well, I hadn't either. That's why I said this recipe is different. Now we'll get this, my pastry mat out. And it says you can put a little flour on here. I will, but I didn't this morning. Didn't take it because
You
that
just-
didn't take it. You don't have to. It's because it comes right out of that pan. Now I'm gonna show you. You punch it down. And it's so cold. I think my refrigerator, I got to turn my refrigerator down because I mean, it is cold.
It is cold.
It is so cold. I will tell you, I did make a mistake on this. This dough, I didn't put all the sugar I was supposed to put in it. You know how I put some in the yeast and then the rest of it? Well, I forgot to put it in the rest of it. So these won't be sweet as the others. But but see how it's cold it is?
Is that going to be hard to roll?
I don't roll it.
Oh, you pinch it off.
No.
Okay.
Well, you can do it however you want to, but I'll show you what I do. Now,
Okay.
this morning, and that's one reason mine was different sizes. I cut it when it was this size. It's like something. I don't know what that is. But if you, I'm going to square it. I'm going to kind of square it because the circle, when you start slicing it, it does. The round part, you don't get as much, and that's why some of them was.
Do you cut it with the bench scraper?
Right there, right over there it is, bench scraper. I cut it with the bench scraper.
And
You
then
cut it
roll
with
it.
a knife or whatever you want to, and you don't have to thin it out. I'm getting it square, kind of rectangle or whatever you want to say, because that's the way I want to cut it.
I smell these rolls, Mary. They got just a little less than a minute.
Oh yeah, get them out. We almost left them in there too long. See, I put 20 minutes. Sometimes it don't take 15, and I forgot about that. Sometimes it don't take as long.
You want to leave the oven on, or you want to?
Yeah,
turn it
you can
off?
leave it on. And I usually melt some butter.
To put on top.
Yeah, well here, this butter here is kind of soft. Just take the pastry brush.
Okay.
Right here. Right there. Or you can melt some if you want to, but I just, and I left those in there too long. I forgot. I set the timer for 20, and it should have been 15. I forgot I did them in 15 minutes.
Well,
the
they
other day.
look delicious.
We'll eat one after we get these rolled up. It won't take
Okay.
a few minutes to roll these up. I'm sure glad you noticed that, Linda, because I
smelled
forgot.
them.
It's 15 minutes. It doesn't take them long. If you want to freeze these, and you don't cook them that long. If it takes 15 minutes to cook them, check them in 10 minutes if you're going to freeze them. You don't want them brown. So they're done in just a few minutes. So take them out, check them in 10 minutes, and take them out and let them cool, and then bag them in freezer bags. And then whenever you get ready for them out of the freezer, you take them out and let them thaw out, which doesn't take long at all, and put them, and then you cook them another 5 minutes. That's all it takes. All right, now on this, I just kind of half it.
You ready for your pan, or you want?
Yeah. Just half it, and then I half it again. This makes 2 dozen. And so that's 4. So you got to get 6 biscuits out of each one of these.
Okay.
And see that's where my little biscuits. That right there is not as big as the other one. So I'm gonna take a little bit off of this one and put on that one. All right, and then you just. I'm not precise like Linda. See, then that's smaller. But anyway, you got to get 6 out of each one of these. I'm sure all of y'all would probably do a lot better than I'm doing.
Oh,
You can just start
they're
rolling.
They're going to be delicious.
Well, that's not all done, but just do 6, and that'll be 24 when you get through. And if this doesn't really get sticky on your hands, but if it does, just take your oil brush there and put it in your hands. And all the kneading it does is I just do it in my hand. I work it sometimes. I just round and round. Sometimes I just fold it and unfold it and all that. And then dip it, Linda.
You going to do like this?
Yes.
Okay.
I dip it like this and then turn it over. And that makes a brown crust is what it does on top.
Didn't they used to do biscuits that way?
Yeah.
I've seen Mama dip in like
Yeah. That's why I use a lot of oil in my pan. So, anyway.
You tell me how close together you want
We
them.
need 4 this way and 6 this way.
Okay.
And see how the dough, it don't even stick to your hands.
No, it don't. It's good dough. It's real good dough.
So, anyway, it's the easiest roll recipe I've ever worked with.
So do you think you finally found the perfect roll in your quest for perfect dinner rolls?
I think I have, but I will continue to to.
So it's the never-ending quest for the perfect butter roll.
Well, see, I tell you what it is, and I'll never accomplish that. These are not sourdough rolls. I've got to get me a good starter recipe.
Yeah, you're
That's what I'm wanting.
you compare everything to Sister Boatman's
Sister Boatman,
rolls. Is
I'll
what
never
you
be
do.
able to make the rolls that Sister Boatman makes, but I would like to come close. I don't know if I got enough oil on that pan. That didn't.
You want me to put some more in it?
Well,
A little bit?
just a little bit. I like a lot of oil because I like a crispy crust. I'm gonna show them in a few minutes. As soon as we get these rolled out, I'll show you what these look like.
Is that enough?
Yeah, that's enough. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And if you want savory bread, you could add your savory spices in your dough when you're mixing it up to have savory bread.
Oh yeah, you could.
And if you want,
Like what? What would be a savory?
Italian,
Rosemary,
rosemary, basil,
oregano.
yeah, and it would make it kind of like garlic bread. And if you want a sweet roll, you add a little more sugar. You put more sugar in it. And you could, I guess you could. Now this, I'm not gonna say use this dough for your, because I don't think it would work.
Or
I don't
cinnamon
know.
rolls?
Cinnamon rolls. I don't know because I've never made your cinnamon rolls. So I don't know if it would or not. See, I got a little roll there. That's what I got to perfect on how to cut them for the rolls to be the same.
Have you thought about using a cookie scoop
Maybe.
or weigh them?
Yeah,
You
maybe
know-
so. Because I don't like it when they turn out different sizes. I like them all to be the same. And
Can
I
you take a pan, like the size, like a little square pan,
Yeah.
and then smush it in
Mash
so
it.
they're all
I
the
could
same
do that.
size,
I could do that.
and then take it out and then
Cut it with a cookie cutter or something.
Yeah,
even.
that's an idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you could even use a brownie pan. Of course,
Yeah.
you could still, if you did that, you could still have different amounts of dough in each little well. So
But I think massaging them, that's what I call it when I'm doing this. I think that has a lot to do with
well, I might not have done mine enough.
well, that's okay. That's all right. Also, if you want rolls that like it's 2 or 3 pieces that you pull apart, do it in a muffin pan.
Right.
Do the same
Like
thing. with
is it cloverleaf? Is that what they're called?
Yes. I started to do this pan in the cloverleaf, but I decided not to. But you just pinch them smaller and pinch 3 little balls, or 2, whatever size, if you want to, how you want it. Now, did we get 26 out of this? I mean, 24.
3. I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that one was a little bit sticky.
Yeah, I had an awful small one there for a while ago. I don't know why this pan is soaking up that oil. It don't seem like I got enough oil here. And so, anyway, I hope that y'all can make them and enjoy them. All right, now I will take this and move it, but I want this.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you want me to do with this?
I just set it aside. I'm gonna wash my hands because we got to get the cellophane, the saran wrap.
Okay.
Get the saran wrap, and you can spray it with vegetable oil or whatever. We're not. Okay, never mind. I was thinking I was getting ahead of myself, but I am gonna cook these. I was going to say I wasn't gonna cook them, but I am gonna cook them. So I just take saran wrap. I just don't seem like this is as wide as what.
What it used to be?
Yeah, I was gonna take this right here instead of spraying
okay.
it, because I got this little paper towel is soaked with oil, so I was just gonna use it. I guess we're going to use 2 sheets because this is not. You can spray it with oil, or I just had that paper towel was so full of oil, I was just using what I had. Is that being stingy or what?
No.
All it is to keep it from sticking to
the rolls.
to the rolls.
Yeah.
You don't want to pull it tight on there, but you want it to the outer edge, but you don't want to pull it tight because you don't want to, because when they rise, you don't want the saran wrap to stop them from rising. Okay.
Do you rise these outside?
Yeah,
Or the refrigerator or?
I put them right here on the stove.
Okay.
Or you put them anywhere, but I'm gonna put them on the stove, and then they rise for an hour.
Okay.
All right, now we're gonna wipe this counter off, and we're gonna taste of a roll. We're gonna have ham and cheese with rolls, but I'm gonna warm the ham, so I'm not gonna do that on camera. I'm just gonna show you the rolls.
I don't want nothing on mine but butter.
Butter. I put a new stick of butter in the butter tray this morning, so.
This is new, and I
just got
do
those.
you cut this or?
It don't matter. Yeah, cut it, be fine.
Because I will never get that knot undone.
Yeah, I can't either. Okay.
I guess we could have got a real plate. But
It's all right. Okay. I'm going to show y'all how brown they are on the bottom. See, these are, I like that.
I do too.
When you bake them in a dark pan, they will have a brown, they'll be browner. The ones that I'm putting down over there, that pan, they'll just be a light golden brown. It'll be a light brown. But anyway.
We'll cut it open so we can see the inside.
All right.
They smell so
Get your plate too,
good.
Linda. Get your plate.
Linda, you want me to get
The
you one
first
out?
ones I made, I put them, I gave some away, but I put them in bags in the refrigerator. Every morning I'd get one out, put it in the microwave for 5 seconds, put me something on it. Put me a piece of ham and cheese in it, or some honey. Do you want some honey on it?
No, I'm just
You
gonna.
sure?
I'm just gonna put butter on mine.
I got
But
honey.
thank you.
I got honey if you want some honey on it. I think I'm gonna put honey on mine.
I love honey, but
Yeah.
it just seems like this butter sounds good.
I don't eat that much butter, so I don't put. Kind of like Aunt Faye about the butter. I
Are
eat
you?
it and cook it, but I don't eat it on biscuits or anything. You ready to eat one?
Yeah, I am. We got to take pictures too,
Thank
y'all.
you, Jesus.
Yes, I've forgotten the last couple of times.
We forgot yesterday.
What do you think?
These look so good.
I think I didn't get enough honey on mine.
You need to make some of that Roadhouse cinnamon honey butter.
Mm-hmm. I could do that. What do you think?
They're delicious. They're really, really good. Y'all got to make these. They're
Don't you think they were simple to make? I
they were
mean,
very simple to make. Very simple.
you can make it ahead of time the day before and have them the next day, and you don't have to wait so long to get them.
Very simple. Have you ever been behind a truck that had a blowout?
I don't know. I can't recall right this moment. Does that happen to you?
I ran to town Monday to get some stuff, and I was just fixing to get over in the other lane to turn on 2208. It's about 4 miles from the house, and I'm not a tailgater, y'all. Y'all may not think this, but I'm a pretty much rule follower, and I don't try to speed, and I don't run up on people like some people do. Mike, he likes to get really close to cars. Scares me to death, but he's a good driver. But anyway, I was just fixing to get over, and it sounded like an explosion. And I saw it blow out, and the tar was just pieces of tire, not tar, was coming right at my car, and there wasn't anything coming. I'd already looked, but I looked again. I got in the other lane, and that stuff was just flying everywhere. My heart was racing so fast. It was still racing when I got home. It really
God just
scared me.
protected you. He sure did.
I've been behind a car that had a blowout, and there's this it's like almost mist or something or smoke, but I'd never been behind that close to an 18-wheeler with a tire. And it really scared me
I know
bad.
it did. You ever catch yourself when something happens like that, just drastically, you say Jesus.
Yeah.
There's power in that name. Let me tell you,
is.
There is power in the name of Jesus.
It is, and I hardly ever get in the car, and you probably don't either. That you don't,
thank the Lord,
ask the Lord to protect you or thank Him or something. But I was really thankful that I wasn't any closer to Him than I was.
Yeah.
So
well, I hope that everybody learned something today, or would like to make these rows, because they really are easy to make if you got a family. Do we got
a winner? Do we have a winner?
Okay, who's our winner?
Hazel Ham Lambert.
Oh my goodness, another one with Mama's name.
Hazel
Ham Lambert.
Lambert, okay.
Is that lady from Mississippi by any chance? Because there's some hams in Mississippi, and there's some Lamberts in Mississippi.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know where you're from, but we need your address.
So as soon as we get through, text your address to 903-235-4804 so we can get this mailed to you. Congratulations. And thank you again to everyone that's watching. We will be at Wallace Dermatology bright and early in the morning to get my face cut on. Mary will be there with Mike.
Yes, I'll be there. Yeah,
and we won't.
I'll let y'all know.
You'll give a live update.
I will give y'all a live update tomorrow.
So it's kind of like with me, like going to the dentist. It's not my favorite thing, but it's something that has to be done. So thank you for all the well wishes and the prayers and the text. And Barb sent the sweetest card, Barb Cassidy, the other day. I thought it was so sweet. And she was having a procedure done, and she was thinking about me. And I just thought it just touched me so much that she sent this beautiful handmade card to me. So thank you, Barb, for doing that.
We have some wonderful followers, and we appreciate it. We appreciate y'all.
We love all of y'all so much.
So we'll see you sometime tomorrow on live. It'll just be me, but I will give you an update on Linda. And just don't forget to count your blessings. And Saturday, I will be, and Linda may not be able to do this. Saturday, Kilgore has a Christmas in July farmers market. There's going to be 45 vendors there, and I'm gonna film some with that. If Linda's able, she will be there. But if she's not, that's okay. We're still gonna film. Just give you a little bit of our out and about. So little Linda will be with me. So
be dependent on how my face is feeling and how hot it is. If it's really hot,
we won't be out there long if it's too hot. But I don't really think she should be in the sun, but we'll see how that works out. Anyway, we'll see. We'll be back on every chance we get. Let y'all keep up with us.
So until then, we love y'all.
Love you. Don't forget to count your blessings.
Bye-bye.
Bye.